Hi guys, Ashley here. So today we are doing a special challenge that I'm really excited about. This is for my Facebook group. We do challenges every week, but also we just had our 1-year anniversary. It's very special. So we are doing a special recreation challenge just to show how much we have grown in the past year in our group. So we're asking people to recreate a former set of nails they did a year or whatever so ago, so that they can kind of show off their growth since they started in the group. So I will, I have a particular set in mind that I'm going to use. I'm going to prep 2 of these nails on each hand with a white base. Before we get started. All right. So I'm going to try my hand at video editing, and I'm going to do my best to display the photo of nails that I'm recreating. For y'all. So we'll see how I do at that, and if I can't, I will put it in the comments. All right, I'm going to give these just a minute to dry, and then we're going to get started. All right, so the supplies that we're going to need for this set is, obviously I got my white nail polish here, and then I have a set of what I call pastel neon rainbow creams, and these are polishes that I made myself. I bought a base and I added pigments to get it just the color I want. I used UV reactive neon pigments and then a flat white pigment, and my formula is not very good. It's a little chunky and separates really easily, but they're the colors I want, so I'm using them. I'm also going to use a Maniology topper. It's hollow prism top coat. It just makes whatever you put it on look hollow. Star glue, because I am going to put some spideys on some of these nails, and then a top coat. Okay, and so we're going to do some fine detail painting. So I have a fine detail brush. We're going to do some blending. So I have a little makeup wedge, and so this is going to be our paint palette for the nails, and then we're going to be cleaning our brush frequently. So I have a little cotton pad here and some acetone on hand. All right, so what I know about my nails, the ones that I always make for myself, is that they're about the length is like almost exactly the width of my makeup sponge. So I have to get all of my colors to fit on here, and so I'm using all 6 colors. So I'm going to start in the middle just so I don't get behind and mess up the spacing. So in about the top half of the middle, about 1 brush width. I know this from practicing on my nails, doing these a lot, that those are about what my measurements come out to, but yours are going to be different, so play with your own stuff. And because I made this polish myself, it kind of dries kind of fast. I think it's from having too much dry pigment in it. So this might take several layers. What happens if you don't let your base dry thoroughly, or your layers in between, if you don't let them dry thoroughly, they'll peel up the paint So you have to be really patient. That's my worst, that's my toxic trait. I am not patient. All right, we have a nice little rainbow blend here now. Okay, so we are just gonna dab that squarely on the nail. Oops, I want it this way actually. I want the pink at the cuticle edge. There we go, just a little. And so that first coat is not gonna be very thick. But that's okay because we're gonna build. Kind of dab it on. All right, so I'm going to reapply my sponge and I'm going to keep going on these until I have a nice bright ombre on each of them. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to cover it in the hollow top coat. And then I guess we'll get started on the other three. So we're going to do a rainbow French tip on the middle fingers, and then we're going to do what I call a toothpaste shape on the last two nails, and so that's going to be our fine detail work. So we should be done with my sponge, so hopefully that is all done. We're only getting started with these other paints. You know what, I think I'm going to rearrange so I'm not reaching over the screen so much. One sec. Okay, so I love hollow nails. I love neon nails. I love hollow neon nails. What do you think? All right, now we're going to do the French on these two. I'm going to start with purple because purple is going to be the last little stripe at the tip. Put it in my little palette here. So this first stripe kind of sets the shape, so you have to be kind of careful on that. And the rest, you're just sort of piling on top of that. So this is the one that you really need to be careful with. And so I wear square or rectangle nails, and so I like the tip to look square, obviously, but my fingernails are round. So what I'm going for is, like, I have to make it square at the bottom, but then round it up on top. So this first stripe is going to make the shape that I want to have at the top of the French tip. Okay, so now you're going to get a better look at how this formula, it's a little chunky, it's a little messy. Okay, that is that, and now we're going to do the and you can see as the polish is kind of drying up, it's not super smooth. This is not self-leveling, obviously. This is homemade. So it looks kind of messy and like uneven. So we're just going to be really careful. It'll smooth out a little bit as it dries, but we have to be very careful. And also, this is why we clean our brush in between every color, because the goopier the brush is with dry nail polish, the worse that's going to get. Okay. On to blue. I'm going to give these a couple minutes to dry, and then I'm going to put a top coat on them, and that's going to make them look a little bit better, and so they won't have that like rough appearance. Alright, these feel okay, so I think what I'm gonna do next is use my star glue to put spideys on these two first nails. Okay, so star glue is just an adhesive that you put a thin coat on top. It goes on white, looks like glue. And in about 2 minutes, it'll dry to totally clear. And then just about anything will stick to it. Throw a topper on it. And you're good to go. So this is the best thing that I have found for these little confetti glitter sequins. Alright, so I'm going to give these about 2 minutes to dry while I clean out my palette so we can do our toothpaste on these. Alright, still waiting for my star glue to dry. You can see it's looking kind of milky and streaky, but it is drying. I'm going to put my hollow topper on the tips of my French nails. Okay. So I'm just going to pick up a spider here. I'm just going to bloop. Just bloop them on there. Okay. Oops. All right, now we're gonna get to our toothpaste shapes on these. All right. We're gonna start with yellow again because we want to set the middle. If you start on one end, sometimes you're too far one way or the other. So one of my early designs that I really liked doing was a diagonal stripe. And over the past year, I've worked really hard on trying to make that a little bit more curvy and flowy and less straight. So I have what I now call a toothpaste shape. And it is basically going to be a diagonal line, but it's going to swirl around and back, okay? So, and it's the yellow in the middle is going to be diagonal to diagonal. So we're just going to do kind of a curve and a line this way. So that's a big mess, but gel polish isn't the only stuff that you can work with. For a little bit to get it just the way you want it. And remember, we're going to have more stripes flanking either side of this, so the like kind of messy edges aren't quite as important. As we build our toothpaste shape with our multiple stripes, this shape will improve. Alright guys, we're going to do this hollow topper on our toothpaste curves. Let that dry, put on some star glue. Sorry, I keep going out of frame here. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let these dry. Alright guys, we're almost done. I'm just gonna throw some star glue on my ring fingers here, so we can throw a little spider down. Okay. I'm gonna give that about 2 minutes to dry, and we are almost done with these. Alrighty, we are going to put the last couple of spiders on these nails. We're gonna do one on each ring finger. We're prepped with star glue. Just gonna pat it down there. While I was waiting for the star glue to dry, I went ahead and put another top coat on the other nails. So now all we have left is top coat on this last finger on each hand. Let's put our spiders away. Alright folks, this is my entry for Nail Art Social's 1 year recreation challenge. I am so psyched to show these to you, and I can't wait to get them on. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Love you. Bye bye.